Hi everyone, my name is Havish Madhvapati and welcome to this course on SQL Server. Let's first look at why learning SQL is so important since we have so many other platforms and technologies and languages out there. We will look at what we are specifically going to use in SQL Server, which is T-SQL, which is a short form for Transact SQL. And I will also help you understand how to install SQL Server Management Studio. Learning SQL is super important because it is the foundation of data science. And SQL is a fairly simple language to learn. It has a short syntax, the statements are descriptive, and it makes sense. And learning SQL is important because it helps you understand the data. It also can handle super large data sets, and it can integrate with scripting languages like R and Python. What is Transact SQL? SQL Server 2016 by Microsoft uses Transact SQL. We can even make it 2019 now. And it is a relational database management system which gives you access control for different users and the administrator. And in this course, we will be looking at how we can set everything up and how you can use SQL to filter, sort, combine, add, update, and retrieve records from the database. Before I tell you how to install, let us also look at how important learning SQL is. So if you search for most popular programming languages in the world, any list that you go to, you will notice that SQL is always present. Let me just open one of them. You can see here that we have SQL here in the top 10. And this is not just true for one listing. If you go to any listing, you will always find SQL has been mentioned. Why is SQL so popular? And how come it has been popular since it is such an old language? So if you are interested, you can just do a simple Wikipedia search and look at the background of SQL. And you will see that SQL is not new. SQL has been around for a really long time. And if you notice, it first appeared in 1974. And the reason it is still very popular is because of a variety of reasons that we will cover as we progress with the course. But one thing is for sure, learning SQL is an absolute must, whether you're working as a data analyst or as a data scientist. How do we install it? You can simply Google SSMS, which is SQL Server Management Studio, which is the environment where we will write SQL queries. And you click on the first link, and you have the official Microsoft page here, and you can simply click on download SQL Server Management Studio, and you can install it. The installation process is very straightforward, so you will not have any trouble doing that. If you Google only SQL Server, you will notice that there are many different things available. For example, we have two options, either on-prem, which is on premises, or on the cloud. So if you notice, we have the Express edition, we also have the developer edition, depending on what is the scale of your operations and whether you want to pay money for it or not. And obviously, it is available for Windows and Linux. And you can see we have different tools available. So we have Microsoft Azure, SSMS, SSDT, and so on and so forth. Now, the reason to show this to you is to tell you that there is a lot in the area of SQL, and do not be worried about it. You don't need to learn everything, especially if you're working as a data analyst whose core function is to work on data visualization and creating calculations, whether you're working on Power BI or Tableau, then SQL is just a small element of your daily workflow. In all likelihood, you will have IT and MIS who will support you with it, but you need to have a basic understanding of how it works. So do not worry that you have to go so in depth into all these things. This course will give you a very good introduction, and for most of you, this course will be sufficient, even though we have other more advanced courses as well.